an alliance of Orthodox Christianity and Islam, to remain faithful to the truth which has come from above, and to resist falsehood and evil and the betrayal of truth and the corruption of truth, and to resist and to combat and to respond to injustice, because injustice cannot be compatible with truth, and to respond to oppression, because oppression is not and cannot be a part of truth. And so history will not end with a clash of civilizations. Rather, history will end with a clash between those who are faithful to the truth and those who betray the truth. Having said that, we want to now proceed to share with you our view that Jerusalem is at the heart of the end of history. That the clash between those who are faithful to the truth and those who betray the truth, that clash is based on Jerusalem. It is Jerusalem which defines that clash. And if you will excuse my language, the schoolboy who is now the President of the United States of America, and there are many, many Americans who will agree with me that he is a schoolboy, particularly the American diplomatic service. Particularly the American diplomatic service. The schoolboy who is now the President of the United States of America has just unwittingly delivered an event in the formal United States recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of the State of Israel. He has just delivered to us an event which will now define better than ever before the end of history and the clash which is to occur. How so? How so? Long before the United States of America was born, I believe they were born just about 200-300 years ago, the Christian religion has been in the world. Christianity has been here for 2,000 years. And every Christian will know that Jerusalem is the most important city in the world for a Christian who is a Christian. But not all Christians are Christians anymore, you know. There are those Christians who follow Jesus, the Son of the Virgin Mary, and there are others who are now following Santa Claus. So we now turn to that part of the Christian world which is still faithful to Jesus, the Son of Mary. And they are the ones who recognize Jerusalem as the most important city of all for them as Christians. Surely the schoolboy would have known that. The most important city of the world for a Jew is Jerusalem. For it was there in Jerusalem that the prophet David, we call him Nabi Dawood alayhi salam, established a kingdom. And the Lord God ordered him, gave him orders. Listen to the order. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا داود, O David, إنا جعلناك خليفة في الأرض. We are appointing you to a position of ruler on earth. You must now rule. You must now govern. You must now establish law. فَاحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِالْحَقِّ. And so David established rule. Establish the state. Let the conduct of state, let your statecraft, let your system of law and governance be based on the truth which has come from me. Those are the words. Every Jew knows that. And then came his son Solomon. We call him Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam. And with him, that state became the ruling state in the world, with Jerusalem as its capital. Every Jew recognizes Jerusalem as the most important city in the world for him. Did the schoolboy not know that? Did they not teach it to him before he became President of the United States? What about Jerusalem and the world of Islam? I have something to share with you tonight that you probably would be surprised to learn. Our Prophet, Allah's blessings be upon him, is talking about the end times and about the sequence of events that will occur in the end time. And this is what he said. He said, Umranu Baytil Maqdis. The word Jerusalem is not there. We call it Baytul Maqdis, but it's the same thing. When Jerusalem is flourishing, is center stage, is built up using the analogy of construction, built up, flourishing, center stage. At that time, he said, look to see Yathrib, Kharabu Yathrib. That Yathrib would be destroyed using the terminology of construction, meaning in a state of forlorn desolation, with no role whatsoever to play in the world. Yathrib, of course, is that city to the north of Mecca, which today is popularly known as Medina. Mecca is the most important city in the world for a Muslim, for an Arab. So why should he refer to Yathrib and not to Mecca? When Jerusalem is flourishing, center stage in the world, Yathrib will have no status whatsoever. Answer? Because Mecca also will have a status less than Yathrib. So in the end time, Mecca has no role to play for a Muslim. In the end time, Yathrib or Medina has no role to play for a Muslim. In the end time, it is Jerusalem which is the most important city of all. And then he went on to say, and I hope these words of mine reach to Turkey. Can you take it please to them? Kharabu Yathrib, Khurujul Malhama. Malhama, you know it. You call it Armageddon. Armageddon. The Great War. He called it a war in which 99% of those who fight would be killed. 99 out of every 100 would be killed. You call it Armageddon. We call it the Malhama. And that Malhama has not as yet taken place. Perhaps you might want to tell that to Turkey for me. The Armageddon has not as yet taken place. There has never been a war in history in which 99% of all combatants have been killed. Surely the Turkish people should be able to understand that. And when they do, then look at what's to come. He said, Khurujul Malhama, Fathul Constantinia. That the next event which will take place after Armageddon, after the Malhama, would be the conquest of Constantinople. He didn't say Istanbul, no. So, excuse me, Mustafa Kemal, I have to use the name that my prophet used. He used the word Constantinople, and hence it is sunnah to use the term or the name Constantinople. The name Constantinople, therefore, is dearer to a Muslim than the name Istanbul. In a choice between Constantinople and Istanbul, a Muslim must always choose the name Constantinople, because our prophet used that name. I have come tonight to Belgrade to share this with you. And so the conquest of Constantinople has not as yet taken place. That is why I ask you to take this message, please, to the Turkish Muslims and to the Muslims of the Balkans. And when you take the message, take it gently. Take it gently to them, that they might understand. 600 years of brainwashing can be removed. 600 years is a long, long time. So you might need a lot of water and a lot of soap to wash away that brainwashing. The conquest of Constantinople, prophesied by Prophet Muhammad, Allah's blessings be upon him, has not as yet taken place. It will take place after the Malhama. And when it takes place, then that's goodbye to NATO. I hope I don't offend anyone. When it takes place, when the conquest of Constantinople takes place, that's goodbye to NATO. And then he said, Fathul Constantinia, Khurujul Dajjal, that the Antichrist will emerge, if you will excuse the term, in person after the conquest of Constantinople. And so now, the schoolboy should have known that the most important city in the world for a Christian in the end time is Jerusalem. The most important city in the world for a Jew in the end time is Jerusalem. The most important city in the world for a Muslim in the end time is Jerusalem. The American diplomatic service will agree with me, because they have intelligent diplomats out there, that a sensible an intelligent and a wise way of dealing with the problem of Jerusalem was to work out a political arrangement for Jerusalem to be shared by all three faiths on the basis of political and religious equality and mutual respect. You must have mutual respect if you want to live together in one house. You can't be flying pots and pans all over the house and live together. How can you sleep? So on the basis of political equality and religious equality and mutual respect, you could have worked out a tripartite, plural model of a city-state for Jerusalem. And that would have solved the problem. The Ottoman Empire did many bad things, but when they did something good, I must say it was good. Oh yes. And the Ottoman Empire held Jerusalem for hundreds of years. And for hundreds of years they succeeded where the schoolboy could not, in keeping all three faiths together to share Jerusalem in peace. The Ottomans did it. And so now what has the schoolboy done? He's handed over Jerusalem to one faith, to one religion, only to the Jews, and left the Christian and left the Muslim out in the cold. But guess what? They plan their plans, and he plans his plans, and he's the best of planners. And so now it is inevitable that that part of the Christian world which opposes what he has done. And do you know that the head of the Coptic church in Egypt just cancelled an appointment he had with the Vice President of the United States? Yes, cancel it. So there is a part of the Christian world which will oppose what Trump has done. And there is a part of the Muslim world, of course, there are some Muslims who are, excuse my language, who are puppy dogs of Washington. But there is that part of the Muslim world which opposes what he has done. And so now, thank you, Mr. Trump, because now it is inevitable that that part of the Christian world and that part of the Muslim world which still hold on to the truth and who want the truth to prevail in Jerusalem must now inevitably come together in greater understanding, in friendship, in solidarity, and eventually in an alliance. And praise is due to God. I pray that this book will help in that process. I don't want to take much more time tonight, but I do want to introduce you one more time to what the Quran has to say about the Christian people in the end time.